Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Yakuza. We totally didn't lose footage last week. What are you talking about? I'm Drunken Dan.
Welcome to the significantly worse version of this recording.
We had a really good recording. I'm so sad we lost it.
Think of this as the playable teaser for the original recording that you'll never get to see.
You ain't wrong! How do we want to start this nonsense off?
Let's get the serious stuff out of the way first. So, Telltale's is basically dead.
Yup.
Wow, that kind of came out of left field.
After all those jokes I made, and they're still gonna pop up in fucking, the Sam Max recording, because that's all done, about Telltale and how they've gone to shit. And now they've literally gone to shit.
They're downsized from 250 employees to 25.
And they're getting sued.
Well, because they were still hiring until like a week ago.
Yup.
And it's like...
Good management, eh?
Yeah. Apparently every single game they put out after, like, Walking Dead was a loss.
I'm not surprised. They were taking on so many damn projects at the same time, and, like, they're all the same game, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, there haven't been any differences between them. Because they still use that same, let's pretend like this actually matters, X will remember that bullshit. They're all still using that crap, so it's not really a surprise. I feel bad for the workers. I don't feel bad for the company. The workers I feel sorry for. The company themselves, no. I don't feel bad for them. Telltale as a company is dead. And this is their legacy now.
Well, they literally only got the skeleton crew to finish this Minecraft thing for Netflix, right?
And if this, and if this lawsuit goes through, with how much they're gonna have to pay all those people, they're done. They're just done. And you know what? I can't say I shed a tear for them. You can say I'm a terrible person for that, and you're probably right, but that's how I feel.
I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I've ever really liked Telltale. I'm pretty sure I even ragged on them in some of our recording sessions.
Oh yeah, we have. I missed the stuff that they used to make before the Walking Dead thing happened, because I legit loved Sam Max. Their point-and-click stuff was great, but...
The problem is, like you said, they had basically no innovation between any of their games. So, like, all they're doing is competing with themselves by releasing the exact same game.
They were releasing the same shit within the same span of time of each other. They were competing with themselves.
But, like, worse than that...
It would be like, say, if, So, it'd be like, say, you know how Soul Calibur comes out in, like, a few weeks? Like, let's say they had that come out, and they had the Season 2 of Tekken 7 can't come out the same fucking week. That would be like if Namco did that. Or if, like, Namco just had the two games come out at the same time, or what have you. They would be competing with themselves at that point.
But, like, even worse than that...
also, actually, no, it's worse. You are right, because Tekken and Soul Calibur at least have different mechanics that make them different. They're the same genre, but they don't play the same.
I was just going to say that worse than competing with themselves, they compete with themselves with games that don't even do what they're advertised to do.
Yeah.
Choice-based gameplay, where the choices don't matter.
Yep.
It's like,
it's just out of date now, and because they were just pumping out so many of them, they oversaturated their own market with themselves.
Just the worst thing that ever happened was that Walking Dead did well.
The worst thing that ever happened is The Walking Dead. And I don't mean that as in for Telltale. I just mean that in general. Fuck The Walking Dead.
I mean, I can't say I've ever watched any of the shows. I've not read.
It's bad. It's honestly bad.
Any of the comics, and I think I played the first season. I thought it was okay, but I didn't really appreciate how no matter what choices you made, none of the outcomes changed at all. Really. Like,
in fact, actually, it's kind of like that Jurassic Park game, except for with, I think, less death states. Because they made a Jurassic Park game that was pretty much identical to it, but nobody cared about it. Because it was Jurassic Park, and nobody at that time cared a shit about Jurassic Park.
But, like, it's not even as if choice-based gameplay that has consequences hasn't been done before. I mean, fuck, man, Obsidian did it with Fallout 3 in New Vegas.
Yeah, that's Obsidian, though, and Obsidian actually makes good shit.
Yeah, they just don't know how to...
Fallout New Vegas is the best game Bethesda never made.
It's okay, I'm sure Todd... I'm sure... Sorry, what did you want, another Skyrim re-release?
How about Skyrim but Fallout? How about The Rust but Fallout? Because that's a relevant game genre right now. Rust. Rust-like games.
I mean...
So when are they gonna make a fucking Skyrim, Fortnite ripoff?
With Bethesda's usual turnaround time for getting onto popular trends, 6 years.
Okay. I can't wait for the Skyrim download DLC bullshit of like the fucking where they turn it into an arena shooter. I can't wait for that. It'll be just as buggy as the other game, except for probably actually worse. Now that I think about it.
I mean...
Also, like, what was it? The game Wasteland 2, which was made by the original people that worked on Fallout 1 and 2, has consequences for your actions.
The point is it's like, other companies have done this whole choice-based gameplay thing, and it's worked.
Like,
it's not even
actually,
been like...
I'm gonna mention, like, one of the very first missions in Wasteland 2. So you're given a choice of saving one of two towns, where either A, water will get fucked a bit, though there are other water supplies, and the other one is basically a place trying to create and help with growing food. And no matter where you go, one of them dies. Or if you decide to ignore them both, they both die. But there's no way to save them both. You can't even separate your party and have them go in two ways to do that. I tried that. It doesn't work. So you save one or none, basically. Those are your options. And like other consequences will happen. You won't always get the best outcome for a situation you're in, especially if you don't know what you're doing, and depending on your character's stats at the time. So it does actually beg replays unless you bungle your way into somehow getting every good outcome. Oh yeah, I gotta get rid of a bunch of my items in order to actually buy all this liquor. For the audience, I already wrote down the liquor order. That's why I wasn't really reading. I was just kind of skimming through it. I already have it written down in a notepad, so don't really have to give a shit.
I mean, this is once again back in the better timeline, back before Telltale Games fucking went nuts and exploded, and before Bowsette took over the internet.
Guys, I get it. You want to fuck Peach, but in bondage gear. But can you please? Actually, to be fair, of this recording, it's chilled out to where my entire timeline isn't just filled with it, and thank God, it was getting nuts.
Yeah, well, wait until it becomes canon.
No, because the whole point of making Toadette was to fulfill Miyamoto's desire to fuck a toad. So, I don't think it'll become canon. In fact, he probably hates this. He probably absolutely hates it.
Only by virtue of Miyamoto hating everything.
Everything he doesn't make, at least.
Yeah. And
if he didn't make it, it's trash.
Unless he can steal it, then it's good.
Like Rosalina.
Or Star Fox.
Yeah. By the way, Rosalina, he hated at first. I'm not even kidding. He fucking hated Rosalina at first.
And then he stole her.
Yep. And Star Fox is pretty much just Star Fox 64.
Yeah,
is stolen code from Star Fox 2. Star Fox 2 wasn't developed by him until from the audience.
Yeah.
He stole that code. So what happened with that was, apparently the story goes, they were in development at the same time as each other. Star Fox 2 was doing considerably better in development, and Miyamoto and his team were just stuck. So he goes and steals he basically has the game shut down because he just can't compete with it. He's just fucked. So he has it shut down, and then he takes their code to make Star Fox 64. So yeah, that's Star Fox 64's history for you.
Whoops.
Stolen code.
When do you remember the first time Star Fox has eked out an existence by stealing someone else's game?
Oh?
Dinosaur Planet.
Oh yeah, you're right! Miyamoto took a look at a game that was originally Crystal's game, funny enough, and said, Star Fox. and then it became Star Fox whatever the fuck, I don't remember its name now.
Adventures.
I
mean,
and the other thing is, Star Fox with Miyamoto at the helm has literally remade the same game 4 times, maybe 5.
Yep.
Because Star Fox 64 is a remake of Star Fox SNES. Star Fox, whatever the fucking Wii U one was a piece of shit, was a remake of that game. There was a remake of it for the 3DS, and I might be forgetting one, but I don't remember. I'm not counting re-releases, because that's just cheating.
It's unfortunate in that for some reason they have this bizarre belief that the only Star Fox people will ever play is 64, with the exact same plot, the exact same characters, and everything else, and just with a new hat thrown in.
What's funny is that one for the GameCube, not Adventures, the other one, was actually pretty good.
Salt?
Yeah. Which is basically which is like an actual continuation of Star Fox. And then they just kind of kept going back, because Miyamoto hates storylines. It's not a joke. He has gone on the record saying that how he hates stories in video games.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for example, for Super Mario Galaxy, the whole storyline thing with Rosaline and all that, Miyamoto fucking hated that. Every little story or characterization thing in any video game that you enjoy, Miyamoto hates it. With an undying passion of 1,000 suns. He hates it. Okay, what did I get out of this machine? Oh, a mushroom.
Miyamoto must hate Yakuza then.
Oh, he would hate it.
This game's nothing but story and characters.
Yeah, no. Miyamoto would fucking hate this game. I know the president before Iwata hated RPGs.
Yamauchi.
Yeah, he hated RPGs.
Yeah,
mainly because our RPGs are like, these run better on the PlayStation. And Yamauchi was kind of pissed about that.
I mean, he was a bit weird. We've all seen the Guru Larry video.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a weirdo. And yeah, I have seen it too.
Yeah, I figured that's something while you're bringing up Yamauchi, who's not been used. Well,
it also, because it made me think about it, because we're talking about the whole story thing.
Yeah.
And how much Miyamoto hates story.
And Square's like, well, we've just made this game that would take like 16 N64 carts to run. Or 3 PlayStation discs, so... Yeah, gee, I wonder which one they're going to go for.
Yeah, no, it made sense for them to go for, fucking...
Some would argue that the second they transitioned to 3D was when Final Fantasy died, but...
Nah, I don't agree with that.
I'm just saying...
I'm everyone with Final Fantasy than
who
you,
likes
but...
Final Fantasy has a different opinion about where it's died.
I don't really think it's dead. I think it's more of, there are a number of games I don't like. Oh shit, I'm talking like an adult. I shouldn't do that. Ah!
I think Final Fantasy died when they released the second one.
You fucker.
I mean, I can't shit on the third one because that's got Cloud of Darkness, a half-naked lady, which is only really relevant when it comes to Dissidia, and then it's just kind of weird and awkward. It's like, yeah, you've got all these other typical anime villains, and then a naked lady, and it's like, oh, okay.
It's like, oh, I guess we got you here too now.
I guess that happened. And then 4's like everyone's. 4 is the favourite of everyone who doesn't think 6 is their favourite.
Yeah.
So 5 is funny. 5 has a great translation. Gilgamesh. Everyone loves that. Everyone loves him. 6 is great. 7 is good, but that's where a lot of problems start to come in. 7 would be fine if they didn't keep on retconning 7. Which is every sequel undoes all the character development of 7. And so it's like, Cloud learns to not be such a bitch and be an actual hero instead of a fake hero.
I'm no hero, I can't save anyone.
And then smash cut to everything after 7, where he has to relearn that lesson again. Because
Advent Children was a mistake.
Advent Children, Dirge of Cerberus, Kingdom Hearts.
They were all mistakes. To be fair, Kingdom Hearts is a different continuity, but so I'll give that a pass for different continuity, but I'm not giving a pass to fucking Dirge of Cerberus.
The worst part is there should be another Final Fantasy VII sequel sometime. Because don't forget, Genesis from Crisis Core is still knocking around.
Oh yeah,
and he shows up at the end of Dirge.
You're absolutely right.
And when you play Dirge, you're like, who the fuck is this guy? And then you play Crisis Core, and you're like, I wish I didn't know who the fuck this guy was.
Final Fantasy VII was a mistake. How about we just say that?
Yeah, sure. And then you get 8, and 8's like...
Actually, that's not fair. 7 on its own is fine.
Yeah, as I said, it's everything after 7 when they retroactively retcon everything. 8...
It's 7. 7's like that game, my opinion of is like in the middle. I think it's the hate it gets is over-exaggerated, and I think the praise it got was over-exaggerated. I think it's alright.
8 is weird, and 8 is one of those things where, yeah, if you like collectible card games and junctioning magic, you'll probably like 8 if you can get over the whole nonsense that happens after the first disc. 9's the good.
8's a guilty pleasure of mine.
8 is fine, like I said. It's just it's just more or less your patience for Triple Triad and
all that fun shit.
Yeah, if you can stand that, and then it's fine. It's a classic It's a classic JRPG that's got some cool shit in it.
The characters are all right in it, at least until things get weird.
Yeah, until...
Actually, be fair, the side characters are fine. The only thing to get weird are the whole Renoa and Squall thing at that point.
9's the other good one that everyone likes.
Yeah, 9's really good.
10 is the controversial one, although I always feel like people pick apart the wrong... Well, the worst thing is everyone always holds up that forced laughter scene from 10.
No, I get that. I make fun of it, but I know what they were going for. It was it came out a little weird, but it was kind of supposed to. But it was a little weirder than it probably should have been.
But my point is, that's not the point you make. That's not anything to hold against the game because it's a digitally done.
Oh yeah, no.
It's like,
no. That's not. I don't hold the game against that. That would just be stupid.
Yeah, you could bitch about all the other questionable aspects. Like, hey, how about if you want to get Lulu's final weapon, you have to like dodge lightning 200 times in a row with no breaks.
No I'm a dream. Saving.
And I mean, at least it was an okay moment. At least you got Bahamut out of the deal. He was cool.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
But also, how much do you like Blitzball? Yeah. Or all the other like little things you have to do to get any of the big final weapons for the end of the game.
Yeah.
Like, as I said, 10 is at least 10's like controversial, but like everyone holds up the wrong aspect of 10.
Yeah, usually it's that same. I mean, I know you disagree with my opinions of it, but at least it's stuff based on the story and my issues with its storytelling and some of the things that I find to be kind of continuity errors or plot hole little shit like that. Gameplay wise, the mechanics are really good though, because it has similar mechanics to was it Breath of Fire 4? I usually just tell people to play that instead.
11's just a MMO, so it's like if you like those things, you might like it. I don't know, I never played. 12 is
I like 12.
Yeah, 12's fine, it's just weird.
Yeah, I mean we've talked about this with the whole Vaughn thing.
13's the other big controversial one.
Yeah, I don't really like 13. Different reasons than a lot of people, I think, because a lot of people obsess over the hallway thing. I don't think the way they set it up was very good, because 10 is also super linear. I mean, you and I have talked about that together privately.
Yeah.
Because, and people forget about it. It's just the way it was structured and the way they made it look. It made it feel less like a hallway, even though, like I said, it was very linear. Until you get to Sin, you can't really explore the world.
And 14, I heard, was shit at the start, but then I guess they re-released it and everyone loves it.
Yeah, apparently that's what happened with it. I wouldn't know. I never played either version, so I can't say shit.
I remember the first time it came out, there was everyone hated it. And then suddenly, I know they did a big public apology about it.
I remember that, they had where they bowed. I think is it E3 or Tokyo Game Show where they even bowed apologizing to it, which is kind of a big thing for Japanese people.
and then like they re-released it, and then I don't know, it seems to just be huge, or at least a fairly big MMO.
Yeah, I know a number of people that play it, and I've thought about trying it out at some point.
I know there's even like a Japanese TV show based around Final Fantasy 14.
Huh.
Yeah, weird. And then 15 is the unfinished one.
Ah, that one I haven't played.
Maybe now that it's had like a billion re-releases and special editions, it might be worth going through it again.
I might give it a shot at some point.
Like,
it's more of like one of those things where, like, whenever I see... Wait, hold on. Oh, I gotta get the other guy. Oh, okay. The thing is, like, it's one of those things where there's, like, a number of RPGs I want to play way ahead of that. Like, the main RPG I want to play right now, after I beat the Trials of the Sky games, or Trails of the Sky, is I want to play the new Dragon Quest. It looks really good. There's just a lot
11,
of RPGs.
Right?
Yeah, there's just a lot of RPGs that look so much better to me than 13. Not 13. 14, 15. 15. That's the one, right? The numbers.
The
numbers start getting confusing to me when we get to the MMOs. There's just so many things that look better to me than that. My interest in it is kind of eh.
Problem is, as I said, it's unfinished, and you reach a certain point in the game, and just kind of, after a lot of meandering through the first whole bunch of chapters, you get to like the end, and it's just kind of rapid fire. Okay, so here's what happens then, and here's what happens then, and here's what happens then, and now you're at the end game.
So they kind of rush the ending.
Like, it feels a lot as if, because like once you reach a certain point,
so the same issue as like Metal Gear 5.
Yeah. Although I guess it's up to up to you to decide if either of them were ever justified, considering their extremely long development cycles and how much both individual games cost.
Didn't 15 start on the PS2?
No. I'm not sure.
No, it did, because it was originally Versus 13.
I'm not sure if that one started on PS2. I know 13 originally did. And then they scrapped it and started remake, and then they scrapped what they had and were told, no, remake it or redo it for the next gen. And then all three of the Final Fantasy 13 Crystal game core, whatever games they were, went into production. And then you got Versus 13, which was being helmed by Nomura and the Kingdom Hearts development team.
And there was Type 0, which is another like side game that they were working on.
Yeah, but the whole point was none of these games were just meant to be like they're not even in the same world. They just share a number of the same terms. That's why like Eidolons appear as their names and crystals and shit like that in all the games.
Right.
And then, 13 came out. Versus 13's development continued on, and Type 0 got renamed from, I think it was Agito, Final Fantasy 13, and then they renamed it to Type 0.
By the way, I just gotta say, Type 0, I played a little bit of it, the gameplay is fine, but the thing that's really, one of the like things I like to point out whenever I like to make fun of Square writing is the scene in the intro when they do the character's death that you don't know. The one with his fucking chocobo that lasts for fucking years.
Poor that guy.
Where he goes through the stages of death several times in the course of one cutscene, which made me make cracks. Which is where I started making the joke of, I think Square's team of writers and animators are in fact actually aliens that have learned everything that they know about humanity from watching anime.
Maybe that death scene was just written by Akira Toriyama.
No. It would not have gone on that long if it was Toriyama. He would have just blown them up and been done with it. That's way too long for Toriyama.
And then rezzed them and blown them up again.
Now that would be Toriyama.
But, so yeah, and then...
Speaking of drunks, hi, Bacchus, or whatever the fuck your name is.
Yeah, it's Bacchus. It's based off of the Greek god of, parties and wine and shit.
Makes sense. Anyway, go ahead with what you're gonna say.
But yeah, so Versus 13 kept on lingering, and because of Versus 13 just not ever getting off the ground, really, Kingdom Hearts 3 never got off the ground.
Because they stuffed him on that project.
Well, it wasn't just that it was just Nomura, it was a lot of the other key people were stuck on Versus 13. So eventually Square, doubled down all their efforts, rebranded Versus 13 as 15.
And they take Nomura off it and put him back on Kingdom Hearts at that point.
No, he was actually still on. He's still the director of 15, isn't he?
I thought he got kicked off of it, but maybe I'm wrong.
I think that just when they had like, the usual Square, like 400 billion people working on it at once, it was finally enough. Got the game shipped and done. Well, they got the game in a presentable enough state that they could ship it.
And then all of the Sydney porn. All of the Sydney porn.
Yeah, well, better Sydney than Bowsette.
I mean, yeah. Like I said, most of the designs were just that fucking bondage peach, which I'm just like, come on, you guys are lazy. My favorite one, I'll link to you. I was saving this, and I'll put it in the video, is this one, because it's funny. This one, I love it.
Oh. Perfect.
It's the perfect Bowsette.
10 out of 10 would fuck. Any holes are gold, Dan. Pulse optional. It's not quite as good as last week still.
No. We had a lot more material. I think we were making fun of Marvel or something. Because the Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel trailer came out.
And I don't have the heart to go into that again. It's just such a nothing trailer.
All they did was show that one scene of her punching a scroll. I mean, the old lady.
And it's like, but I can't understand why. Because
I
know what.
I can tell you why. I can tell you why. So the trailer itself was fairly, just typical superhero flair. There was nothing really unique about it. So they put that scene in there from the movie to get people talking about it. Because, did we just see a superhero punch an old lady? The general movie-going audience has no idea why. They just watched a superhero punch an old lady. So it gets people talking. That's it.
I get that, but it's like, it's so out of place in the rest of the trailer where it's all like serious and dramatic and, big orchestra music. And then Captain Marvel slugs an old lady.
It's because they had nothing to talk about in the trailer, that's why.
And it's like, I know why she did that. It's because Carol Danvers is a fascist psychopath.
But, no, like I said, the reason why is because the trailer, up until that point, was bog standard. There was nothing to talk about.
I mean, you could have just talked about how it's a superhero movie, but with boobs.
Or what her story is.
She doesn't have, it's Carol, she doesn't have story.
I mean, the movie would. I assume. But, that's why they did there, because the trailer was fairly generic, so they put that in there so people talk about it, instead of just being like, oh man, I'm excited for the Captain Marvel movie, and that's it. It's the old controversy marketing technique. It's a favorite of the 90s. And they still use it now.
I feel like that would be like, I don't know, I think I'd agree with that more if they'd lingered on it just a little bit more or made that like part of the trailer. But it's like 1 second scene where you almost
You have to remember now, people can rewind trailers because trailers are typically online, on YouTube. So people can rewind it, so they'll rewind it a couple times and be like, wait, did I just see that?
You know what else you could fucking do with trailers these days, apparently?
Yeah.
Make fucking trailers for trailers.
Yeah, that's a thing nowadays, which is stupid.
I fucking hate it.
It is.
Like, I saw there was a trailer for the new Bumblebee movie trailer. And I might actually talk about that. I didn't watch the trailer, but I'm just pissed off about it. No, I'll tell you why I'm pissed off.
I'm just laughing because I'm just thinking of Michael Bay still.
6 fucking movies. 6 goddamn motherfucking movies. And only now, when the franchise is dead, we've killed this whole idea of a cinematic Transformers universe. That's when we actually put the effort in to make them look like their characters. Now?
Wait, hold on.
You.
Hold on, I might be able to answer this problem. Who's the director?
Someone who's not Michael Bay.
That's why. Because Michael Bay's out there.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, why is it only after you've killed Sid do you try?
Because Michael Bay's not there.
Should have just not fucking bothered at that point. just made them the usual, like, massive amounts of CGI mess that they are. All that just keeps on melting ILM's computers because, hey, guess what? They're not fucking smart enough to think, hey, maybe if we streamlined these designs, made them simpler, it would work better as toys, which is what they're meant to sell, and also wouldn't destroy our computers rendering these fuckers.
And also look more attractive, just from a movie-going audience. Let me explain something. So I know we're talking about Final Fantasy, and I'm not gonna rag on it, Final Fantasy, but like simple designs are oftentimes better than overly complicated, overly designed character designs. Think of your favorite characters and like hell, just think of your favorite characters or character designs. Just think of them for a second, and this is for you, the audience, and think about how complicated they are or not.
Mine's a big radioactive dinosaur.
Who's that?
Godzilla.
Yeah, but look at Godzilla's design. It's just, he's like a T-Rex with beefier arms, and he's got those, like, fins on his back. That's it.
And then that one time he was on fire.
But, like, he's super simple. Let me think of some of my favorite...
Actually a highly intelligent creature, thank you very much.
But, let me try to think of some of my favorite character designs. I mean, I'm looking at figures, but, like, I'm trying to, like, by pinpointing one, so maybe I'll just pick one at random. Chie. I have a Chie figure, I just looked at that. I like her design, it's simple, you get an idea of her character with the whole sports jacket thing. But,
pick one.
Huh?
I'm just imagining you. I'll pick one at random, turns over and sees a whole wall of Chie.
No, I literally just have, like, the one figure on my computer here.
Yeah, I know. A man can dream, Dan.
Listen, my display has multiple things. A lot of them are Dragon Ball, though, over on that display. There's a lot of Dragon Ball characters on the display. I have a lot of Dragon Ball figures. If you name a character who's at a figure art, there's a good chance I might have them. Unless you're cheating and say 17, because I don't have a figure of 17, or want one.
You got a figure of 18, right?
Yeah, I do have 18.
You got a figure of 17.
No, I don't have 17. Oh, I see what you're doing.
It's the moment of realization is what I live for.
To be fair, it didn't take me long to figure it out. But yeah, like, usually the best character design are simple. Spider-Man's a fairly simple design, it's just red. The most complicated thing with it is that webbing around him, but sometimes they just don't even draw that on him. Like, you know, the black
sometimes
line.
they get super lazy and just make it a black suit.
You're right.
It's not even like the only time they've done that, where they'll just say, "All right, we want to make a new suit for Spider-Man. Okay, black. Okay, and then another color.
Oh,
What is white? No, green.
Fuck you.
Oh.
What do you think we were gonna say, idiot, dummy?
Okay, how about this new suit? It's black and yellow.
Oh,
Fucking geniuses that these people are.
the black must cost a lot on the ink, though.
That's why it's always. It's very rarely actually inked as black. It's inked more as blue.
You're right. It's usually like a blue.
It's only kind of more recently with that they've gone more for proper black.
Yeah. Well, yeah, older comics you kind of had to, with the way they were printed and everything. You kind of had to, like, when you did black, they usually had, like, blue highlights to them. Even if they had, like, black hair.
Yeah.
I mean, like, let's see here. Like, Goku's design is simple. It's literally just a gi, but it's orange with spiky hair. Goku has a really simple design.
He's also got a simple brain.
Yeah.
Like a dinosaur Optimus.
Mr. Freeze is pretty simple. Mega Man is simple, unless we're talking about that one game where they decided to make him radio waves, and his design just isn't... I hate the design.
Wait, which Mega Man?
Star Force Mega Man. That's what it was called.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was Star Force or if it was a Battle Network jam, because I know you don't like Battle Network either.
Battle Network's design is okay. It's okay. I don't like the design overall, though. It's not as over-designed as Star Force, but, like, if we're going to talk about how designed the Mega Men are, they are definitely the two worst designed-looking Mega Men. The other Mega Men are all fine. They all look fine.
Even bad box art Mega Man.
He's funny. Actually, you know what? Yeah, his design is simpler. So yes, bad box art Mega Man is better than Star Force and Battle Network Mega Man.
I like how
I will fucking pin a flag there.
I like how when Street Fighter Cross Tekken came out, everyone took bad box art Mega Man as like a slap in the face.
Maybe they should have, because Inafune was the one who designed it.
Only because everyone had the whole Mega Man is kill thing going.
Yeah, and also we're like, but Inafune is the man who made Mega Man. He wasn't, though.
He's the guy who stuck his name to the project.
Yep. And, well, the rest is history. I played the demo of Mega Man 9. Not Mega Man 9, Mega Man 11. It's really good.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Mega Man 9's been out for years.
Yeah, and that game's not that good. Fight me.
I mean, I didn't play 9 or 10, if I'm honest.
That's fair, but to the audience, fight me. Because Mega Man 9 sucks. ROM hack bullshit. 10's also not that great.
Meanwhile, yeah, so instead of doing ROM hacks of old NES games, we're now doing a ROM hack of Mighty No. 9 for 11.
That's not fair. It looks way better than Mighty No. 9. And has better mechanics and gameplay design. I played only one stage, but I also only played one stage of Mighty No. 9.
Okay, did you back Mighty No. 9 on Kickstarter? I forget.
No, I backed Shantae instead, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, Way Forward at least been one of the few Kickstarter success stories.
There's a lot of them, actually. The thing is,
popular Kickstarter success stories.
Let's see here. Undertale was, Freedom Planet, Indivisible is cheating because the game's not out yet. Hat in Time was also one. Hat in Time was like the other big platformer one, but Yooka-Laylee was the one that eclipsed it, and then one of them was good, and one of them was... It wasn't bad, it's just...
One of them featured JonTron.
Yeah, Hat in Time had him too, but they didn't cut him out, and I'm like, whatever.
They should have cut him out, not because of all the things he said or done, just because it's JonTron.
Honestly, they probably did it. They probably didn't cut him out because of the backlash Yooka-Laylee got. The sad thing is, with how fandom people are, if they didn't cut JonTron out, they probably would have. Yooka-Laylee probably would have went over better, even though JonTron's a fuck.
I was gonna say, I'm not really sure like how he still has a fandom because
he never fucking uploads. Not even just the fact that he's a bigot, because he is a fucking bigot, but he never puts up content.
What I was getting at is that aside from the other various problems, like with his views that he can never keep to himself, he's like he's not like he's releasing that much content.
I'd have to open up Firefox, which I'm not going to right now, but I'm pretty sure it's probably been like a year since his last video, or close to a year.
So I just don't really know like why he has fans apart from. I guess people liked OG Game Grumps for whatever reason.
He was so annoying on OG Game Grumps. He just made noises and said, Aaron!
You don't need to go any further. He's just so annoying. Yeah. There you go.
Actually, no, just for humor's sake, look up when the last time he uploaded a video was. I'm curious.
I mean, I have to have it on my search history. You know what? This is a perfect opportunity to use Microsoft Edge.
I was gonna say clear your search history afterwards, but that works too.
Oh my god, this thing is so awful. Oh god, it's YouTube with an ad block on. What the hell kind of
hellscape is this?
96 videos. Jesus, how many subscribers? 4.5 million. 9 months.
So we're close to a year. Do you think he'll make it a year before he uploads a video? I think he will. He'll date this recording, but I don't care. Because fuck JonTron.
I'd rather not.
Not that way.
Okay, good.
The terrifying thought is if somebody has fucked him. Ugh.
It's like I don't really understand how we're in this place where big name YouTubers can just say and do shit, and then it's like whatever, it doesn't matter. So like, leaving aside like the whole PewDiePie's bullshit he's done, and Logan Paul's bullshit, Logan Paul, John Tron, fucking Doug Walker.
I was gonna say Doug Walker.
Like, preview into last week's Lost Timeline episode, but yeah, we talked about that a bit more. Yeah. I'm just gonna fucking say it. All the questionable shit Channel Awesome's done that we've covered before, on top of,
it's like mafia level shit.
They're still uploading.
Yeah, they still upload.
I don't understand like how these people just can do no wrong.
I don't get it.
Like, what do they have to fucking do to get punished for their actions or the things that they say?
I would say murder somebody, but they've already gotten close to it.
Well, certainly profiteering off someone's suicide.
Yeah. And the less details we go into that, the better our sanity will be.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, just utterly bizarre how we've reached this point.
This world is fucked.
Internet culture is completely fucked.
It is.
Like, it's the old adage of people can just do whatever they want because, well, yeah, I mean, they did this awful thing, but I like them. And it's like, but don't you see how this is kind of...
I don't know how these people can do that, because, like, the second the thing with the Kenshin Creator came out, like, yeah, I will never, ever, like, rewatch or buy or anything dealing with anything with him again, because I can't, because he's a fucking pedophile! And yeah, I loved that show when I was young, but guess what? He's a fucking pedophile now!
Forever tainted.
Yeah. I don't understand the mentality of these people where they can look past shit like that, because there are people even with Kenshin. Actually, a funny thing, I gotta give, a funny thing, the Yeti made a mistake where not too long after that, when they were, because I think they picked their daily designs ahead of time typically, and one of their daily designs for a second was a Kenshin one, and then people were like, are you sure about this? And they quickly took that design down, and then put the popular one they had yesterday up again for another day. I can't blame them, honestly, like, no. I don't know why they did it in the first place, but maybe they didn't know. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, because Yeti's a pretty good site. But, like, fuck, man. I'll give them credit for, like, immediately going, like, yeah, fuck this noise, and, like, removing it from the site, removing it from their Twitter, taking it all down.
But at the very least, like, I would say the only difference with Rurouni Kenshin, Kenshin's creator, is that there is a level of disconnect between, like, people and that and him. Because
I can say with the anime, the manga less so, because anime is a group project, manga is just him.
But I just mean as in, there's, like, this barrier between people that stops it being personal, but with, like, YouTubers and such, there isn't a barrier like that.
No, there's nothing.
And this thing
it's not like in most of these people too, when they play a character, they're not really playing out a character. That's just them. As you kind of slowly learn, unless your name's James Rolfe.
Yeah.
James Rolfe is the exception, not the rule, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Now, James Rolfe was on a controversial thing for a bit. He helped sponsor that Cheetah Men thing, and then when he learned about it, he was like, "Oh, fuck this!" and got the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah, and then he canceled it.
Yeah, some people were still were questioning about it, but I was like, he hasn't done anything like this before, so like unless he does something like this again, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and he has not. So, as far as I'm concerned, he legit didn't know, and
there's nothing wrong with making a mistake, but
we're all human.
It's not making a mistake with all these people. It's them voicing their true, honest opinions.
And some of them just they aren't mistakes. And like hell, the fucking Logan Paul thing, like the fucking dead body in the woods. There is so okay. Let's just say in the recording that was his reaction to being nervous. Let's just say that. Here's the thing though, he still uploaded it, edited it, and put it on YouTube.
Yeah, there's like so many layers in which there's so many different possible barriers it had to clear before it got to where it did, and like anyone like so with at least with the James Roll thing, it was just a case of someone said, "Oh, hey, I'm doing this Kickstarter to support a game that you reviewed. Would you link to it?"
Yeah.
Versus like having to go through the same level of
he wasn't ankle deep in the ship. He just was doing a thing. He's like, "Oh, cool, I'll advertise this," and then realized it was a fucking sham, and quickly pulled away from it.
Whereas with the Logan Paul thing, it's like, well, he goes through all the trouble of making the video, as you said, and not once does he ever think, well, maybe this isn't, like, right, or maybe this could be used, maybe people might not take this the right way.
Not only that, but it's kind of troubling, too, because he did all that, and then put it up, like, I don't know about you, but call me crazy. Let's say I went in there, and let's just say I was recording, well, first of all, I wouldn't go into the fucking suicide forest. But let's just say I was recording a video for YouTube with me, and I found a dead body. The recording would, obviously, the recording wouldn't go off right away, because, hell, I just found a dead body. I'd be fucking terrified. I can't say what my actual reaction would be, because it's hard, because I haven't found a dead body before. But that video would never go online. You would never see the light, it would never see the light of day. The most you might see is, like, coverage, like, in, like, the newspaper or the news where someone found a dead body and reported it, and you might see my name there, but you would never see me mention it on Twitter. You would never see me mention it in a video. It would just be, unless people asked about it if my name popped up. Like, because, no, it's really fucked up. No.
In some level, it's just outright profiteering off of someone else's suffering.
Like, I don't even make money off of this, and I wouldn't want to do it, because it's just wrong.
Yeah.
It's just morally wrong.
And then you come to, like... And I guess the worst part is whenever some of these people get called out and they go, "Oh, no, but it's like a statement." It's like, yeah, that's why you dressed up like a Nazi. They make a statement.
Yeah, totally.
It wasn't just
Their statement was fuck all the others, white power. So they had a statement. They weren't lying.
Just, but like, yeah, people need to be held more accountable for their actions, I feel, and there needs to be actual punishments. Because like, even after doing that questionable shit, how much money does PewDiePie still fucking make?
Fuckloads.
And it's like, is that
more money
right?
More money than you and I make combined. More money than you, me, and if Sabo is here combined.
And it's like, is that right? Is that even just that he can repeatedly do things that would get him fired from every other job?
Any other job would have fired him ages ago. Not even with that, but from other shit that they've done. Like, they wouldn't have, like, when their YouTube fame dies out, because it will, let's just be real. If they do not keep their money and they need a job, they're gonna have some trouble finding work. Because of this shit. I don't know what skills they have or what have you, but, like, getting a job will be hard because they will know this shit. And not many actual businesses, other than YouTube, will want your ass.
Especially
remember Disney was originally going to do a thing with PewDiePie, and then when he did that, when that whole thing happened with him, they went, nope, cut all ties with him and abandoned him. Like,
Disney
in seconds.
Disney will cut all ties with you. He'd make shitty tweets 12 years ago and apologize for them.
Yeah. Even if they're not what you think now, and you're actively against them and hate them.
Yeah.
But you get the idea. I just use it as an example to give you an idea of like how any other company will just cut you off right away. Or not even let you in the door for this shit. And they really shouldn't. They shouldn't let them in.
Yeah.
They should get some kind of punishment. And I don't mean like with Logan Paul where they gave him a tap on the wrist where they suspended him for a little bit. Him even more so than PewDiePie should have just been outright banned. Like, PewDiePie definitely deserves shit. But, like, what Logan did was, let's just put it on... I hate putting things on a scale, but it is worse.
Certainly they should have stopped the partnership.
Yeah.
And refused to, like, refused to monetize his video. It's just bizarre. Like, a suspension is fucking nothing in today's world.
It isn't. Not for someone on their level. On someone like in the mid-level, it could be something because they're making like a living wage basically. But like somebody up there, they're wealthy as shit.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Dumb.
and hell, they save a lot of money because people also donate shit to them for some reason. They make all this money. Why would you fucking give them shit? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I understand giving, like, say, like, a voice actor for, like, a cartoon or a video game or something, because they don't really make much money. Like, I understand that, but, or, like, a mid-level YouTuber or something like that if you really want, but, like, these high-profile ones, why? They have the money. They have more than enough money.
Yeah. We were just talking about the job market. People like that don't really ever need to go into work now.
No, they have...
If they're smart and fiscally responsible, they're set for life.
Yeah. But all of these big YouTubers are set as long as they don't fuck up their money when their fame dies.
Yeah, as long as they don't, go full telltale on us.
Yeah. Which, honestly, that takes a special kind of stupid. I'm not saying none of these people are capable of it. In fact, we're at that point because we're getting old enough to where we're gonna find one of them that we're gonna get to that point where one of them completely dies off, like one of these really big ones. Because there were big ones before, but not as big as the ones that are now.
Not like making hundreds of thousands of dollars big.
Yeah, we're gonna eventually see one of them, go out, and it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out, like money wise and what they do. I'm really interested in it. The closest, like, big one we have that like, fell off was, like, Spoonie. But people still give him money for some reason, because they forgot, because they probably have subscribed to multiple people on Patreon. So, he mainly just has that money on Patreon because people forgot.
Oh yeah, the Patreon money to fund the movie or something that he's never gonna do.
Yeah, fund that movie. I can't wait for that movie.
Because every other, like, YouTube, everyone else has, like, done a fucking movie. So, Spoonie gotta jump on that ancient bandwagon.
I like how, like, the Ashens one and the AVGN one came out around the same time. I blame the Nostalgia Critic for all these fucking movies, because they kept making those stupid crossover movies.
Yeah.
Not anymore, though. He's got nobody to cross over with.
You can maybe invite Larry.
Who will spend the entire time making fun of... Who will be like, Larry, can you come over? Only if you pay for the flight. We don't do that. Well, I guess I'm not coming over, then. Okay, fine. We'll pay for you to come here. Okay, cool. And he'll spend the entire time making fun of them. Hey, remember when there were other people? And then just slowly lean in and go, remember? And then they say that name.
Do you remember the time before Larry? There was no time before Larry.
Channel Larry.
Maybe one day. We can only hope. Oh, so last week I discussed The Predator.
Oh, yeah, and I had my genuine reaction.
Stupider. It's actually even stupider than last time.
With the fucking super autism thing, and as someone with autism, that is fucking bullshit, and stop it, please.
With the Predator. So, why do you think the Predators take people's skulls?
Trophies.
Haha, you'd think so, but you're wrong. It's so they can harvest the spinal fluid, because by using the spinal fluid of species they've killed, they can take the survival traits that are clearly inferior to their own and use it to genetically modify themselves into super predators.
That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah, and then one super predator comes to Earth.
If they said they took their brain, I'd be like, okay.
But so the film starts with classic Predator coming to Earth, right? And then he gets shot down by another Predator ship, and he gets taken off to
their way of saying, this is our Predator. He's better than yours.
Gets taken to secret military base, right, where they tie him up. He then breaks out and goes on a rampage and kills some people. Okay, remember that. So anyway, autistic kid gets hold of Predator tech for some stupid reason, and manages to call down the super predator, who comes in, kills the OG predator, and then goes on a rampage before realizing he wants that autistic kid magic spine fluid to make himself the super duper predator. Yeah, you with me?
I'm with you, but I wish I wasn't.
They then also get They get a ragtag group of misfits, including a guy with Tourette's. And I want you to imagine how you think they. I want you to imagine.
Oh, I'm sure it's very tasteful, not him going shit, piss, 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 shit. I'm sure it's not that. I'm totally sure it's not that.
Do you want me to spoil it for you?
I mean, I already know, but go ahead for the audience.
It's as tasteful as JonTron. So ha ha ha. So, ragtag group of people, including Tourette's Man. They join forces to fight the super predator, who also has predator dogs, and one of them gets like shot in the head with a nail gun, and that makes it retarded. And it keeps eating grenade. It keeps eating grenades and spitting them back up at opportune moments to blow someone up.
Did 4chan write this?
Maybe.
Are we almost done with this? Because I want to stop the recording after this.
So after the main villain of the plot, accidentally shoots his own head off with a plasma caster in one of the fastest, most blink and you'll miss it moments. Literally, they're in the forest chasing the super predator. Someone makes a noise, he turns and looks, and then the plasma caster on his shoulder turns and shoots him in the head.
They killed the super predator that way?
No, that's how they killed the human villain.
Oh, okay.
So then you get to the end of the film, and
they didn't have enough villains. They had a regular predator and then the super predator, so they had to have a human villain too. They didn't have enough villains.
That's the thing. The regular predator's not even the villain, because it turns out he came to Earth in order to give us technology to fight the coming super predator invasion, because global warming is going to kill off all of the humans in a generation, and the super predators want our survival traits to make themselves able to survive this environment that we can't survive.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. He's coming to save humanity, but he kills a bunch of people.
Yep.
That doesn't make any goddamn sense!
Do you want to know what the technology he gives humanity that's going to save us from the super predator invasion?
What?
It's a fucking Iron Man armor suit in the shape of a predator.
I'd like to slam my head on the desk, but I might fuck up my microphone.
So, it's even dumber than we thought.
Did 4chan write this? It seems like 4chan wrote this.
Magic autism, blood kids. Not even once.
Fuck this shit.
Sorry, spinal fluid, my bad. Yeah, your magic autism drugs.
Fuck this fucking stupid ass.
Fuck this world.
Fuck this world, and have a good day. Fuck this world.
Try not to lose the recording this time.